What's up, Troy? All right, everybody's piling in. Troy, can you hear me? All right, good. All right, we'll give it a second. Let everybody file in. Let me go ahead and post this. All right. So, what's everybody up to today? Thursday. Oh, it's about 20 minutes till 5. We're going to go live for right about an hour. Go over a couple of games, talk about what we've got tonight. If anybody doesn't already know, you should know. Game of the week, the very first game of the week for NHL this season. Usually by this point in the season, I would have had 4, maybe even 5 games rate this high. But this is the first one. So this is not only the first, obviously, game of the week that we've had in NHL for this season. This has been the highest rated NHL game of the season thus far. So it's going to be good. Goes tonight, $50. Go jump on it if you haven't already. And then once we get done going live, I've got 2 more games to finalize. I'll get those posted along with the other ones that I think are locked in, as long as I can confirm what I want to confirm. The night card will be out, and we'll be rocking and rolling for Thursday night. And everybody that's in here, smash the like button for me. Yeah, the Hills stuck it on Notre Dame last night. And Duke is out of the ACC tournament due to someone testing positive for COVID. But that's what Coach K's been wanting all year. He didn't want to play. He didn't say that until the team went out there and lost 4 straight at the beginning of the year. But then once he realized that he wasn't going to have a very successful season, that they weren't really going to be a contender for a national champion, because, again, it's national championship or bust for schools like North Carolina and Duke. He said, we shouldn't even be playing. We should shut this whole thing down because of COVID, yada, yada, yada. Nobody listened to him. Well, now you got what you want. Too bad it came when you were finally getting into rhythm. But that suits me just fine. think here in just a minute Jerry's going to join us. Pull up some lines here. That way we can get these ready for free plays. Alright, so now we're done with that. Alright, you guys tell me what you want to hear tonight. Any games you want to go over. Obviously, I've got an NBA game that we're going to touch on that's definitely going to be a free play now that the NBA is kind of back after the All-Star break. There was a couple of games last night, but that was kind of the start of it. Not much action going on. Tonight will be the first official night of the NBA being back after the All-Star break. Hold on, I'm going to cut this fan on. Let's double check this line. We may start out with that play. I got 3 NBA games I really like tonight. I'm going to give you at least one of them for free. I keep getting an error pop up. And it keeps saying that it's an audio error. Guys, let me know you can actually hear me. If not, I'll have to restart the stream. All right, Troy says we're good. He said we were good last time, so nobody else wants to let me know. There we go. There we got another one. One of the games I really like tonight, Charlotte -4 going up against Detroit. Now, obviously, as we talked before the season started, I liked Charlotte this year. Do I think they're a contender? No. But truth be told, I don't even think Brooklyn's really a contender. I mean, obviously, Brooklyn has a lot of talent. And now they just added another big piece of talent. But I really still don't think they're a contender. Unfortunately, I feel like this is still a West-driven league. Not that it matters. I think the NBA is a complete dumpster fire as of right now. I think they've absolutely destroyed their own product. I was devastated at what I saw with the All-Star game ratings. No wonder LeBron didn't want to compete in the All-Star game because he knew nobody was going to watch it. I mean, hell, nobody wanted to watch the finals, for Christ's sake. But all that aside, just the pure basketball form of it, I really do think that Charlotte is probably the most overlooked, talented team in the Eastern Conference because they have a lot of young talent. They have a lot of talent that still nobody wants to give an opinion on, like LaMelo Ball. And again, I don't think LaMelo Ball is a very talented basketball player, but I really do think that he's got some talent within his speed. And he sees the court really, really well. He's an assist machine, and that's exactly what his brother's good at. People give me shit all the time for saying that I think Lonzo Ball, when on the court, is one of the best assist makers on the court when he's playing. He sees the court well. He may not shoot very well. He may not defend very well, but he knows how to find the open man and help create a play. So I think that his brother's the same way. His brother may shoot just a little bit better. His brother may defend a little bit better. His brother is obviously faster. But I don't think people are giving credit to as good, like how good Charlotte is playing as a team. Those young guys have figured it out. They have really figured out how to go out there, use what they have, and win games. And they've gone out there and won games that they were expected to win. They've gone out there and fought so hard in games they were expected to lose, even winning some of them. We've made a lot of money off Charlotte. Are you planning on recapping your Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday college basketball? Sure, if you'd like me to, but I know you already have all of them. You want to make sure you get your daily bitch in. But anyway, I really think that Charlotte is still overlooked. I think LaMelo's a decent player. I don't think that he is, again, the greatest basketball player. He sees the court well. He sees the court really well. Charlotte tonight -4 against Detroit. I would like Charlotte. Honestly, I think Charlotte's a 6-point better team, even when Detroit had their star, and now they don't have it. So you tell me why Charlotte's only laying 4. Both teams are fairly healthy. So I'm going to take Charlotte -4. You got to lay $1.15 to get it. All right, let's see. Disappointed in Kentucky game. Not sure why they did not go for a 2-point foul, but they went for 3 with 7 seconds, and they don't get the coach play call. Karen, I think that's just because they're so young. See, that's the disadvantage that a team like that has and will always have, and that is because a one-and-done coach is going to go after one-and-done players. The problem with that is you're always going to have young guys. It's going to be rare that you have leadership and top-tier talent in your juniors and seniors, because most of them are going to be in the NBA by the time they hit their sophomore year. So mistakes like that seem so, I guess, rookie. It's going to happen to teams like that more so than it ever should. Jerry with the 2-1-1 soccer day. I'm assuming that means that the final soccer game just ended. Twins looking very good this year. How do you know that? Yes, MLB season is taking forever. But, John, let's not rush it because we know as quickly as it gets here, it'll be gone. And I really do enjoy spring break. Or not spring break, spring training. The only thing I don't like about it is you don't get a true sense of what the team's going to be because you just don't see what do you all like for the rest of the college basketball slate. Well, I'm not going to tell you what all I like for the college basketball slate. You will have to get a premium package to know all that I like. But we will talk about a college basketball play on this show. March Madness with no UK. Yep. Could be March Madness with no Duke. I wish Syracuse would have beat Virginia. I hate Virginia. God, I hate Virginia. More so I just hate their coach. I do not like Virginia or their fan base. No, I don't think Duke gets in. I think Duke could have gotten in. Here's the thing. Even if Duke wasn't worthy of getting in, that's the type of team that if they do good enough in the down the stretch through the ACC tournament, why would they not want Duke in? It's like, why would you not want a Kentucky in? Why would you not want a North Carolina in? Because that's where all your viewership's going to come from. You're going to gain as many viewers from like that core four as you will from the rest of the college basketball world. Who asked me about Texas? All right, so Joe Dirt asked, can you take a look at Texas Tech if you get a chance? All right, so I have looked at that game. I actually spent a long time on that game. Here's what I think about the game. I don't think there's a ton of value in the game itself. And I'll tell you, hold on, let me cut this light on. All right, sorry. It's been so freaking sunny outside today that it was beaming through that big ass window, and I guess it all of a sudden got cloudy because that sun just went away. All right, so back to Texas Tech. The reason I don't think there's a ton of value within the game itself today is because the teams know each other so well. And let's see, you are dumb. All right. Thanks for watching. Just kidding. Well, then what? God, some people need a life. Anyway, back to the game. I don't think there's a ton of value in the game because of how well the teams know each other. And if you actually look at the way the teams play, it's very similar. They play the exact same style of defense. The main difference between these two teams, which separates them on an elite level, where one just has the overwhelming advantage, is from the three-point line. Texas is an aggressive team. They will play you to the death. But then again, we've seen many a games where Texas Tech would do the same thing. Yes, we've seen a couple of games where they've gone out there and kind of flaked, kind of done like a Baylor, where it's just like they assume they're going to win. They don't care to be there. They don't care to prove that they have earned something, anything like that. But from behind the three-point line, there's no denying that Texas Tech is the better team. So here's the question. if a gun was to my head, I'd take Texas Tech, because throughout the season as a whole, if you take in every game, I would say Texas is average at best at guarding the three. Texas Tech moves that ball around the perimeter so well, they will find the open man. Now, it all goes back to, are they going to get hot from outside? Are they going to go cold from outside? Is it going to be an average night? That's where you just don't have enough information, and you can't go off of last game. You can't go off the last 3 games. It doesn't matter. That's in the past. If there's not ever going to be an advantage unless you can find a distinct advantage within defense, so like offensive rebounding, things like that are what's going to give you a distinct advantage. If you're going in there crossing your fingers, hoping they go cold from 3 or hoping that they do what we know they could do, then again, you're throwing darts. So I would me personally, I have no money on the Texas Tech game. If I was forced to pick it, I would take Texas Tech in this spot because I think that they will get open 3-point shots, and I'm not going to bet against them just going cold. Hopefully that tells you what you want to hear. I tell you who I think's in trouble tonight. I think it could be Oklahoma. You can go back. I did a video, I don't know, maybe 3, maybe 4 weeks into the season. And I did an entire video on Oklahoma and how I thought that they were the most aggressive team in all of college basketball. And I still feel that way. But talent-wise, they're not better than Kansas. Now, while they're more aggressive than Kansas, and while I think that they would be, I don't even think it would be a surprise if Oklahoma won. I think whatever happens in this game is either one could be expected. But Kansas is the better coach team. Kansas has the most talent between the two teams. And I think that Kansas is coming in not more rested. They're coming in not having to have put as much out there. Thoughts on Kansas? All right, well, there you go. You got your wish. There's my thoughts on Kansas, Oklahoma. If you guys don't already know, I have my very first NHL game of the week of this season. There has not been an NHL game rated this high yet this season, so this is the very first one. It goes tonight, $50. Go to chasewins.com and get it. And come win with us. Not tougher than Oklahoma. They haven't had to play as tough as Oklahoma. Let me word it that way. Do I have a sleeper for the tournament? Mark, I had a sleeper for the tournament at the beginning of the season, and it was Florida State, but they're not really a sleeper anymore. Because they've gone out there and proved that they can hang. But at the beginning of the season, nobody was really talking about them as a tournament contender. I guess if I had to pick a true sleeper now, one that nobody's talking about, I would probably say Kansas. Yes, Baylor is as tough as Oklahoma. Listen to the way I worded it. I said, Kansas hasn't had to play as tough Forget the opponent. Go watch those two games, and Oklahoma exuded a hell of a lot more than what Kansas had to. Kansas went out there and had a great game plan and won the games. Oklahoma had to fight to the death on some of those games. Look at how much they were winning in their last game and let them come all the way back and just barely squeak out a win. They had to lay it all on the line. But I guess I would say my sleeper's Kansas because, nobody's really talking about them as far as championship potential. Nobody would ever convince me that Kansas would not have won the national championship last year. They were the best team in basketball. Yes, every game of the week we have has a guarantee. So it is win or get the next one free. Mark, I'm not going to answer that in this chat because that will give away what the game is. Just know that, it is. I can get into it for days. Again, the matchup itself, there's nothing really different within the matchup. There's a lot of things different within a couple of certain players. And going into this, what I've seen, information that I've gotten, but yeah, so I guess my sleeper would be Kansas. But I guess if you really want a true sleeper, like a true sleeper, like some that nobody would agree with, and the only reason I wasn't going to say this is because they'll be like, oh, that's because your team, that's where you went, yada yada yada. I think North Carolina's got a chance. Do I think North Carolina's the best team in the nation? No, I don't. I don't think North Carolina's in the top 5. Hell, I don't think North Carolina's in the top 10 when it comes to shooting or the top 15. They're a poor shooting team. But they're a fantastic defensive team when they come to play. Look at what they did to Duke. Look at what they did to Notre Dame. Those teams can't even find their footing when North Carolina comes to play. When Leaky Black and Armando Bacot got pulled earlier this year and sat for the start of a game, it woke that team up, and they got down to business. North Carolina, the past 2 games, or let's not say the past 2 games. Let's say the game against Duke to end the season and the game against Notre Dame that they had last night. If that's the North Carolina that shows up, they can hang with anybody in the nation, and they can upset anybody on any given day. So that's a true sleeper. Unranked team. It was really in question going into the Duke game as to whether or not they were going to even get a tournament bid. Now the way they're playing in the tournament, it looks like they will, especially with the removal of Duke. So that's great. And one thing that people have to realize is go back and watch previous videos where I've talked about North Carolina. They are probably the 3rd best rebounding team overall in the country when you talk about offensive and defensive rebounding. And they are the best offensive rebounding team in the country when they want to be. If they come to rebound, there is not a team that can even remotely compare to them when it comes to offensive rebounds and getting second chance shots. Let's catch up on the chat here. Karen, I do like Coach Drew. I feel like he's going to have a stroke on the court, though. You think North Carolina gets taken down? I'm staying out myself. Dan McCarthy, best rebounding team in the country. Yeah, the Hills always have and they always will. That's the Dean Smith way. It's the way Roy Williams does it, who obviously learned everything from Dean. That was their number one thing. Obviously, defense was most important, but at the forefront of that was rebounding. You think North Carolina gets down the night? I mean, John, here's my take on it. Can North Carolina get taken down tonight? Yes, and this would be the spot to do it. Virginia Tech is a scrappy team. Virginia Tech has proven that with anyone in the ACC, they can play. But here's the thing. The question is what North Carolina shows up. Because, again, if the North Carolina that showed up last night comes to play, Virginia Tech's going to get run right out of the gym. But if not, this would be the time that they would get beat. Because, and also keep in mind, they could have let up way early in that game last night. They didn't let up. They played for 40 minutes. I mean, they let that team have it. Let me check this other line. I'll tell you a dog I like tonight. I like Toronto plus 3.5. Atlanta, obviously, I think they played better in the first half of the season. But here's the thing. Obviously we know it's the NBA. There's not much defense. Defense is, wishful thinking when it comes to the NBA. But when you think about what little defense there is, Toronto is the epitome of what it should be. Atlanta's not. Atlanta is Steph Curry reincarnated with Trae Young and just firing up shots from half court. Don't get me wrong, they do well. I like Trae Young. I like watching him play. I wish he would stop shooting from so far out. And I wish he would actually attack. I wish he would drive the ball a little more because the kid is so talented. Do I think that Atlanta's going places while Toronto is experiencing a little bit of a resurgence? Yes. But right now, Toronto is still the better team than Atlanta as a whole. They're playing at home. They're catching 3.5 points. I'm taking Toronto. And you're talking about two very rested teams, too. Yeah, we got 41 people in this chat right now, only 19 likes. If you guys want another free play, I'm going to need that to get up to at least 42 right now. But we need to get 50 likes in this video. Jerry, run. I may not talk about that one, Dan, and there's a reason why. That one may be on the card tonight. We'll see. That's one of the ones I have circled. I can't go over every single game, because that would not leave anything for my paying clients. And, I'm sure everybody can respect they come first. But there's two free NBA plays. Charlotte -4 and Toronto plus 3.5. I may give you another NBA play. I may save it for the card. It depends. I'm waiting on an email to come through. We'll do at least one college basketball pick, like an official free pick, here in just a minute. Jerry, run the chat. Yeah, well, Steve, I wouldn't call them leans. I'd play them. I wouldn't go out there and bet your house on it, but play them. Either one of those could end up. At least one of those two will end up on the card. Whatever you do, flat bet both of them. Don't go out and hammer one. Obviously, if you're going to be getting my premium plays and stuff like that, then just hang tight for a little bit and then see what the card has to offer, and then you can go out there and make your bets accordingly. But no, I wouldn't consider them leans. They're higher than that. But Jerry, run the chat for a second. I'm going to go refill my cup, and then let's get up to 50 likes. And we'll go over a couple of more things, and we'll do another free play. Be right back. Yes, that is correct. I tell you what, let's do something. I got an idea. How many in this chat? So there's 40 people in here right now. I want to know thumbs up or no if you're on the play. So if you've bought the game of the week for tonight, or you're an all access member, so you get it. Don't put anything in the chat. For those who are not on the NHL game of the week for tonight, I want you to give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat. Just if you are not on it or not already getting it. We're going to do something. So Jason, Dan, David, Toby, Boris, Joe, Mark, Steve, Leon. Let's keep count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 so far. All right, so I have a question for you 10 people. There's 11. I feel like we're probably going to get up to the 20 mark or close to it. And we'll give it a second to see who all does. There's another one. If I created a coupon code for you guys, since you're in the chat, and it's only for you guys, and I allowed you to get 20% off the game of the week tonight, do you want the game of the week? It's $50, but if I gave you 20% off of that price, but now here's the only thing. That coupon code's only going to last, because the game starts in, about 2 hours. So I would allow the coupon code to work for an hour. So that means you would need to use it quick. Otherwise, it would be kind of useless. But I would give you 20% off just for you guys in the chat that don't already have it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. If you guys want 20% off the game of the week, just say yes. But listen, can't wait too long to use the coupon code because, like I said, the game starts in a couple hours. Let's see. So if you guys want a coupon code for 20% off, I've got it. It is live right now, and it can be used until 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. At that time, you can't use it anymore because that's when the play link comes down. So you wouldn't be able to purchase the play even for normal price. But if you want it, use coupon code LIVE. All lowercase letters, LIVE, at checkout. Go to chasewins.com, go to the purchase page, click the NHL game of the week. Once you're on the purchase page where you do your payment information, you'll see a spot that allows you to enter a coupon code. Enter the word live, all lowercase. That will apply a 20% discount to the $50 play. And then, boom, you get 20% off. And then the second you make your purchase, you have instant access to the play. It already is posted. You get it immediately, so you can make your wagers and everything. Like I said, the play link is going to die at 6:30. So at 6:30, you won't be able to use the coupon code. You won't even be able to buy the play at all, because the game starts not too much longer after that, and we pull the play links down before the games. That way, nobody can buy it at the last second and be like, "Oh, well, I didn't get to play it," because we've had people try to do that before on us. So now we take it down well before the game starts. That way we know whoever purchased it had more than plenty of time to play it. Steve, that's no problem. I mean, hey, guys, you don't have to use it. It's just there if you want it. Yes, I'm thinking about it, but is it Bay? I apologize, but I don't know what that means. My bad. Well, you may not want my answer to this because I extremely oppose parlays in any fashion or form. Parlays are a death trap. They're for fun money, and if you can afford to just lose money, period. If people if there was a system to win parlays, then, Vegas wouldn't exist. Parlays are, for lack of a better term, they're sucker bets. Again, I play a parlay from time to time, but I do it with fun money, a couple $100 here and there, that if I lose, I don't really care. And usually it's got such a huge upside where, you risk 200 to make 10 grand. So, again, it's up to you, but my recommendation will always be, no matter what play you get from me, no matter how high or low it's rated, to bet it as a singular wager. Always. You will never have to ask me that question because that will always be the answer no matter what the circumstances are. You will never, ever, ever see me give out a parlay. Ever. Yes, that is correct. So all of our packages, now listen, let me make this clear because some people get this misconstrued. All of our packages come with a profit guarantee. But that doesn't mean that we guarantee that you profit if you want to bet whatever way you feel like. We rate the games premium, daily top play, or if they're any higher than that, it would be a game of the week, month, or year. All premium plays are to be flat bet for the same amount every day, all day, no matter what sport it's in. Same thing goes for daily top plays. Same thing goes for games of the week, month, etc., etc. You have to follow that system Bet what we give out, how we give it out, and make sure you flat wager everything, because that way we know if you profited or not. Now, if you didn't follow that and you didn't profit, but yet we profited because based on what we recommend you to do, then no, we're not going to extend a package for you or give you something for free. But if it is a true losing or non-profitable package or game, then you will always get extended in some regard. So if it's like if you buy a 7-day pass and after the 7 days it's not profitable, you get extended until it is profitable. If you buy a game of the week like tonight and it were to lose, then the next game of the week we have in whatever sport it's in, you'll get for free. But we have too many people that, can go out there and win for a month straight, and then we have one bad day, and then they're immediately on Twitter talking about how bad it is, and oh my God, it's so bad. I mean, how is it bad? You just hit 70% for a month straight, and now a couple of bad days you're down? Well, then that means that you did not do what we said, and that you were probably betting other people's plays, and you were betting your own games, or betting them for absurd amounts here and then different amounts there. So if that's the case, then there's not much we can do to help you and ensure profit. This is a long-term game. This is for investment purposes. If you want to do this to have fun, there are plenty of other services out there that'll sell you fun. All right, let me check a line on a game that I wanted to give you guys. Let's see if it's changed at all. All right. Y'all said y'all wanted to do a college basketball play, right? Well, let's just pull this game up. personally, I was just venting that it was a crappy day. I wasn't making a big deal over it, but you kind of come back at me. Well, John, and don't take this as me coming back at you hard now, because I didn't come back at you hard. You just kind of contradicted yourself. You said I was just venting that it was a crappy day. A professional adult way to do that is not go on Twitter. Because, again, we don't hide from our losses. But the thing is, the way you said it was a very degenerate way of saying it, to act like, oh my God, I can't handle a losing day. Because if you go back to January, soccer was 70% for the month, 67% for February, 6 straight game of the week wins, 2 straight game of the month wins. And then, even in March going into today, it was 14 and 13, which is, obviously nobody's saying that that's great. But there's still a lot of month left. And when you say stuff like that, the way you say it, you have to expect a response the same way. Because we don't have to defend ourselves, but then again, the way you portray something, somebody brand new could walk over, follow us, and go, wow, look at this comment. These guys obviously suck. They never win. And we're not going to do that, because it's not true. Our wins outweigh our losses by a mile. Our numbers speak for themselves, and we'll stand up for that. So I wasn't coming back hard at you. I was just making a point to say, I say it enough, I shouldn't have to repeat myself, that this is a long-term game. One day doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. One day losing in any sport doesn't matter how bad it is. Because if you're basing it off of one day, then this isn't for you or whoever's doing that. And again, if you can't handle a day that's losing, or a week or a month, then again, this isn't for you at this time, because you have to be able to sustain losses, bad streaks, bad days, bad weeks. I'm not going to say bad months, because that's very rare. But there will be bad days, and there will be bad weeks. There will be losing games. And I don't care who you go find, you're not going to find anything that's not like that, no matter how good the person is. All right, let's do a free play. $11:30 p.m. Cal's going up against Colorado. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this Colorado team, because they are extremely boring to watch. They're very dull. They're very predictable. They have no flair to them. There's nothing unexpected that they or anyone on their team could go out and do on any given day. But one thing that Cal doesn't have is a pot to piss in when it comes to talent. They just don't. They do not have a pot to piss in. They're a bad team. They don't hang with teams well. And if you've noticed, the games that they've won, go back and look at who they beat. Whoop-de-doo. Nothing to write home about. Then go back and look at some of their losses, and I'll be damned if anytime a team that has an above-average defense, Cal doesn't just get beat. Cal gets run out of the gym. You can watch teams roll over and basically quit playing with 10 minutes to go, and they still get throttled. This is what I like about, right now it's 13.5. I love 13.5 because obviously Colorado is a 20-point better team any given day of the week. Colorado is a team that will stop playing with 10 minutes left if they've got the game in the bag, or so they think. And that usually would scare me. But not against Cal. Because if the game is over, the game is over. Because when they are playing poor or they are getting beat, and let's say Colorado or anyone jumps out to a 20-point lead, they just continue to play worse. They trend more downhill as the game goes on. So the beauty of that is that Colorado can lay over and still create further separation. 13.5 is not enough. I understand why it's 13.5 because, again, some of these lines are a little bit deflated because it's tournament time. Teams are playing on not a lot of rest, on back-to-back nights in some situations. So the odds makers are trying to just throw that into one big conglomerate and say that every team's tired, every team's going through the motions, every team's playing for their life right here, or in some cases their life. Others, they're playing for their tournament life. Some of them will get bids into the bigger tournament, but yet if they can win their tournament, their conference tournaments, obviously they want to, so on and so forth. This is a game right here that I just don't see, unless Colorado just doesn't play defense at all, that Cal can keep within 15. So I've already laid 13.5 with Colorado. I suggest that you do the same because I see them working Cal tonight and not really having to put that much effort into it. All right, and just so y'all know, last chance before I get off this thing. If you want to get tonight's NHL Game of the Week for 20% off, use the coupon code LIVE, LIVE, all lowercase. Use it at the checkout page. When you get the Game of the Week, you'll see a section when you're checking out that allows you to enter your coupon code. I'm going to put it in the live chat here. Enter the word LIVE as your coupon code. It'll give you 20% off the $50 purchase. Now again, at 6:30 p.m. this code will no longer work, nor will the play link be in there. So at 6:30 you won't even be able to buy the play because we're taking the link down. So get on it in the next 45 minutes before the link gets pulled down. Enjoy the NHL game with us, and I can promise you we're going to have a good time. I love this game. I mean, even if, God forbid, this game were to lose, there's nothing you could do to convince me to go the other way on this one. I love this game. I really, really do. So go to chasewins.com. Use the coupon code LIVE for 20% off. You have until 6:30 p.m. to do so. And again, I'm going to archive this video where you can go back and rewatch it. But I don't know for a 100% fact that it'll be up before that game starts. So that's why I'm trying to give everybody a chance. There you go. Let's put it in the live chat like 20 times. That way nobody can say. All right, so to recap the plays that we've done on this video in case anybody's just coming in. The smaller free plays that I gave out in the beginning of the video: Charlotte -4 tonight in the NBA, minus $1.15. Also in the NBA, Toronto plus 3.5. And again, if you also wanted to sprinkle just a little bit of fun money on Toronto on the money line, I don't think that's a horrible investment to make because Toronto's the better team in this situation. Obviously, Atlanta's playing better. I love Atlanta's coach. They have no defense. They don't want to have any defense. And I just think that with both of these teams well rested, coming in off the All-Star break not really affecting their team as a whole, no defense. Obviously, Atlanta being up in Toronto. And I don't know that they were allowed to have practice this morning because Toronto's still under pretty heavy lockdown. So who knows? I didn't see any practice reports, and I looked and looked and looked and asked, and nobody could provide one because they didn't have one either. So Toronto plus 3.5, and then in NCAA March Madness action, Colorado against Cal. Colorado laying 13.5. at minus $1.10. I love that play as well. That was the premium play. Colorado was. Everybody wanted a premium college basketball play, so there it is. There is going to be 2 horse racing picks that I am posting here in just a few minutes from our horse racing guru. Tomorrow there will be a full-blown... Oh, yeah, that's right. They're playing in Tampa Bay. Because of their stupid lockdowns. But I thought that was supposed to change here recently, so hopefully it does. And I capped the NBA. Yeah, 71% on the year, too. Care to ask any of my All Access members that are in here? Alright, so I'm setting this up right now to be archived. So hopefully this thing will go archived as soon as I get off of this thing. But knowing the way YouTube is, who knows? But there will be... Alright, so it seems like people now are using the coupon code GOOD, so everything's working for everybody. Alright, one final time. Use the coupon code LIVE, L-I-V-E, all lowercase at checkout. You'll get 20% off of the game of the week in the NHL tonight. That game, you have until 6:30 p.m. to purchase it. After that, we will be pulling the purchase link down. The game does not go at 6:30. Obviously, there is no 6:30 game, but it goes just shortly after 7 p.m. And then if you want to, you're welcome to get 20% off of it. You win or get the next one absolutely free. No questions asked. If you want to get on something else and just do the premium plays and daily top plays, stuff like that, don't care about the game of the week, then you are obviously able to do that as well with a 3-day pass, 7-day pass, yada, yada, yada. Do whatever you like. If you have any questions, let us know. Again, once I get the card posted here in just a few minutes, I'm actually going to be MIA for a little while. I coach my daughter's team, so we have a game tonight. That's what I'm going to be doing for a few hours. But I will be back at it as soon as that's over, working on tomorrow's card. Tomorrow, be prepared for a big, full slate of horse racing. There'll be college basketball. There'll be my MLB futures release. There'll be NBA. There'll be NHL. We've got NASCAR coming up this weekend. Horse racing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's going to, and then soccer every single day, or so we hope. It all depends on what's out there, what Jerry likes, what his team finds, so on and so forth. But it's going to be a big day. Everybody's been asking when I would have a game of the year because I have not had one. I did not have one in 2020. And again, I'm not going to force one of these plays, but I may have found one. Now, again, there's no line on it yet because I'm looking ahead days at a time. But if the line comes out, everybody's healthy, and it's where I want it, trust me, I want to have one just as bad as you guys. Throughout my history, I've only ever dropped one game of the year. And it was a game that, hell, we won the play just the way we bet it was what killed us. So, but other than that, check my track record. You're welcome to go on Twitter, right here, anywhere. You can ask any one of my clients what you think, what they think. Obviously, they wouldn't be with me if I wasn't what I said I was. Same goes for Jerry. And they would not continue to wager with us. So anyway, I love you guys. Enjoy those free plays. Enjoy the game of the week tonight. I hope you jump on it. Use the coupon code. Save yourself 20%. And with that, I am out of here. I'm going to get the plays posted. Congrats to everybody on a winning soccer day. Let's go do it again in the other sports. And I will see you guys back maybe tomorrow for another live show. It'll all depend on how the morning goes. But if we do go live tomorrow, it won't be this late. We'll probably be looking about a 12 to 12:30 live show. So be on the lookout for that. I hope to see every one of you there, especially all my regulars. It was a good little chat today. Glad I got to do this. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.